Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show, and we are Hotline. We are joined together again for another beautiful day, another blessed day, and we have a fantastic world changer on the line with us, once again sharing her incredible story of transformation. So please welcome speaker, author, mental health and youth expert, and RN, Norma Nicholson, to the show. How are you doing today, Norma?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Nikki, for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Been on the show now twice, so just twice as nice having you back.
Thank you.
So thank you again.
First time on the radio.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to get more information about you. I have a little snippet of an idea because we've known each other for a little bit, but for the listeners who are gathered now and we're hearing about you, tell us a little bit about your background leading up to what you're doing today.
Well, like you, I was born on the island of Jamaica, except that I have gone through a childhood of abject poverty and horrific abuses. And as I got older, I always tried to remember that what was done to me in the past has no power over my present. Mm-hmm. So I came to Canada as a nanny, and I was very blessed to have had a positive experience with the family that I worked with. And then I was able to fulfill my life's dream of becoming a nurse. Awesome. I have worked in a variety of healthcare sectors at the level of educator or manager. And then the last place I worked prior to my retirement in June 2012 was at the Ministry of Youth Justice, where I managed health care for the largest number of youth in secure custody in our province. And that was what totally changed the way I now look at and interact with marginalized, underserved youth and their family. So I'm a highly respected community volunteer because now that I am retired, I give more than 2,000 hours per year to my community to help change challenging behaviors in children and youth so that they don't end up in the youth justice system. So I'm having a lot of fun giving back.
Amazing. Your definite character of service before self is really it's a lesson for a lot of us to learn, and we really appreciate what you do for the community, Norma. I have a lot of respect for what you do. So tell me about this new book that you have. Can you give us the title and a little bit about its content, and who do you think would really benefit from reading this book? I mean, all of us would, but who do you think is going to really resonate with the book?
Well, if I may, I'll just briefly mention my first book because I've now authored 2 books. My first book was titled The Young Lives on the Line, You Can Make a Difference. And that book came out of my work in the criminal youth justice system. And this book has the concepts and bring perspective to the problems and behaviors that troubled young people encounter in our society and the way we look at them negatively as opposed to looking at ways we can help them. So the book contains 6 stories of youth that I have been mentoring that had horrific backgrounds, and they have moved on at different levels of success, but they were prevented from getting involved in the youth justice system. So that was my first book, and it's really impacting and changing lives because I use the concepts from the book to go out on speaking engagements in the community, and I go anywhere I have been asked to go. So having done that, I decided I would reflect on my nursing history, my past vocation, and my second book is titled Walking Miles in Sensible Shoes. A nurse looks back at her vocation. Because I can reflect, Nikki, on the many miles and corridors of hospitals that I have walked and the impact that has created on me, that even as simple as a very kind word, a big smile can change someone's day totally. So what I'm hoping is that past patients, present patients, families, students who want to learn more about nursing and what happens behind those closed doors in hospitals, they will want to write this book. They will want to see someone who dreamt to be very good and a dream came about.
Amazing. Just amazing. And it's so very true. I'm a former educator, and I would proudly tell people, I have the most comfortable shoes, because if you know the miles walking in shoes or standing, preparing for lessons and lecturing, you have to be really sensible in these shoes, and for yourself, I always notice that not only nurses have sensible shoes, but they're really quiet too,
Yeah.
And so I laughed when I saw the title, and it made that connection, but it's still very true. What you've done, and I just can't imagine what you have witnessed too. I mean, yes, you've been able to uplift and help people to become unstuck and to heal people, but also I'm sure you've had to see people in moments of great pain and agony, and what you've been able to minister to them just by your presence and your medical expertise. So it's just an amazing culmination of experiences that you've been able to pen to paper and put into this amazing book. So amazing, and congratulations for you being able to do that. Now, how long did it take you to write this book?
Oh, I always keep a journal. So I don't write in my journal like every day, but at least once per week I reflect on what my week has been. So to write this book, I went back and used pages from my journal. So this book took me just 6 months.
6 months.
And that's why it's very good to journal each day or whenever you have time. Just write the good things and the challenging things in your journal and what were the outcomes, and you will find that those notes become very useful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, do you think you can see yourself becoming, say, a writer for maybe a nursing manual at some point, just to kind of focus on a provincial kind of veering of the book?
That would be a dream. And it's one of the reasons why I have told our Minister of Youth and Children's Services that he will be getting a copy on his desk as soon as they're printed. I have a proof in my hand which was sent to me this week. Once I have read the proof through, then I will give permission to Amazon to print several copies.
Beautiful. Now, how has your life been transformed, Norma, from pursuing this passion work of yours?
Well, number one is nursing itself has provided me with great life-altering experiences in that nursing has made me a better person. It's given me opportunities to gain education, to fulfill my dreams, to find my purpose in life, because I've always wanted to advocate for the underdogs. And I think this comes out of my childhood, where I'm looking back now and thinking, I don't think those folks who took care of me really knew how. So it's like a 360 degree where I am committed and I have this great passion for looking at families that are struggling, children that are struggling, and reaching out and saying, can you join me for a tea or coffee? I can be of help. So in that way, my focus is on marginalized families and youth, folks with mental illness, folks that are homeless, folks that live in abject poverty, and I don't ask for anything back except to keep in touch and say, how are you doing? Folks are very surprised to know of my childhood and to know that I don't carry anger or grief. I have forgiven all those things so that I can be of service to our society.
Wow, that's amazing, and you have such an aura of peace about you, and warmth, and that comes from a place of just. I think the very core of it comes from faith. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would I be right in saying that?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I am just so proud of everything that you've done, and I'm really I'm just very grateful for the connection that we've made over the years, and I've been a great supporter of yours, and I appreciate everything that you do to support my work and the show. So I wish you all the best. And tell me, how can people get in contact with you, Norma, and where can we purchase this new book?
I have a wonderful web page, which is www.normanicholson.ca. I also have an email that I can be reached at 24 hours per day, and it's one word, author Norma Nicholson @gmail.com. My book will be on Kindle, and you can purchase from Amazon. The cost will be $20, and the book will be available by March the 31st.
Okay, so that's coming up soon, and you've got to get a copy of this amazing book and connect with Norma Nicholson, who is just an inspiration. You just become so much. You just start to glow from the soul out just by her presence. So, Norma Nicholson, I just want to thank you so much for spending the time with us. We appreciate you, and we congratulate you again on your second book. And looking forward to having you on the stage with us live at the Nikki Clarke Show. And I know that the audience are just going to love who you are. And I really want to really thank you for doing this for us.
And thank you so
much.
Have a blessed day. I look forward to being on your show April 20th.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. Thanks again, Norma. If people just tuned in and you're listening now to the interview and you missed the first part, you don't have to worry. We're going to be replaying the interview throughout the week, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to noon. Norma Nicholson, have a blessed day, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Bye.
Bye-bye now.